Hey guys, long time no video. Just gonna do some more less scripted, just with my phone camera kind of videos for a bit, as I work myself back into this. But today I wanted to talk to everyone about some of the behaviors I've noticed with my Discrossus filamentosus. Specifically the male, but as soon as I try to do any filming with him, he loves to run away. Also, quick note before we get to the actual thing, he loves swimming vertically. Like, he will swim at a 90 to 45 degree angle almost all the time, and it's hilarious. But anyway, here we can see something closer to what I want to talk about today, which is their intersexual behavior, especially during what I believe to be pairing and pre-spawning rituals. But you can see, similar to Apistos, and a lot of other cichlids, the male will swim up near the female, fan out his fins, say, "Hey, I'm pretty good looking, aren't I?" etc. Do a little dance and whatever. But what I've noticed about this Discrossus, which I obviously can't say anything about the population at large, but extrapolating from what I've observed, you can see what he's doing right now, if he keeps doing it, hopefully, is that instead of that aggressive, point blank tail whip that male Apistos are well known for doing, they're getting up to the female and going whack, 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 often perpendicular to her even. What I've noticed he has been doing over the last hour or so is he will get, anywhere from few inches to across the entire tank from the female, probably as soon as he sees her at any moment. And he'll just start slowly waving the tail, kind of like an undulating. It looks almost as if he's has labored swimming issues, but I know that he can swim fine because he's doing it right now. So my only interpretation of that, at least at this moment, is that he is in fact displaying. But he'll do that from across the tank, which I rarely, if ever, I have no memory of any of my Apistogramma doing that. I'm sure it's plausible, and so sometimes they do it, but usually the male Apistos will get right up into the face of the female. And you can see the females do something very similar. She's doing a classic Apisto move right now, which is get up in front of the male to the side and perpendicularly wag or shake your tail, kind of like in a jerk motion. Gosh, his colors are so amazing, and his finnage, oh my god. Anyway, but yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because that is just such a fascinating, they behave so similarly to Apistogramma, right? They've got the lateral line that, can switch from the checkerboard into a full black lateral line, like Apistos are literally described for. And he'll do this wavy kind of thing, as opposed to the jerking motion, which is so similar yet so noticeably distinct from male Apistogramma, or at least all of the ones that I've kept and spawned. And you can see their behavior is not only is their physiology so closely related to their close cousins, the Apistos, and Apistogramma, which should probably, I haven't looked into any cladistics for them, but Apistogramma should probably get reclassified into Apistogramma at this point. At least that's my belief. But anyway, tangent aside, you can see it, their behavior is so similar to their close cousins, and yet noticeably distinct, in such a minute, fascinating way that, maybe if I hadn't spent so many years with Apistos, I wouldn't notice this. But it's just been really a charm to watch over the last few hours and few days, as he's really started to come into his colors and his his full size, and so you can see her pectoral fins, if my phone will focus. Her pectoral fins are bright orange, which, as I understand, is a breeding condition, kind of like how Apisto females turn gold. Not sure if it's the same, conditions that, same exact conditions that gets those orange pectorals, but at least I have been led to believe that they are similar in nature. But they just like, it's like watching. It's like if I was a different, some alien species, and I was watching humans and chimpanzees or bonobos, or like humans and theoretically, another hominid species. Where you can see that they're obviously related, and their evolution, as he gets a little too aggressive, their evolution is so clearly, not necessarily recent, but very closely linked. And you can see that behavior, but you can still see where the little tiny behavior differences really define the species, right? Obviously, their physiology is different. My phone is like struggling to behave. There we go. Their physiology is a little different. Their their coloration, their finnage, their body shape is slightly different. But their behavior and some of those traits, like the lateral line and the finnage, are so similar to their cousins that it's. This is why evolutionary biology is one of my favorite topics, right? As my phone refuses to focus. There we go. You get to see all these tiny little differences that are like, I can see how these started out at the same point, or started out near the same point, and then diverged into these little different little traits. But yeah, I've rambled for like 7 minutes. I haven't been uploading to YouTube, in the last 5 years or however long, but I do hope that I can start posting a bit more. I've got lots to share. Obviously, with this tank, antlers and Discrossus, lots of stuff to talk about. And watching the Discrossus has really put the spark back into me, right? So we shall see. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but he swims vertically all the time. It is so funny. He can swim normally. I've seen him do it. He just prefers to stance around like he's a freaking JoJo character. But yeah, there we go. There's another example of this waving, kind of undulating display. I think he's kind of stopped it, but it's just so fascinating. I think there should be like a super genus for Apistogramma noidea, Apistogramminae, something like that. I don't know. There should be some kind of super genus that includes these. Taxonomy and cladistics have their own issues to work out, but this has been truly fascinating. If you ever get the chance to get some Discrossus of any genus, but obviously I heavily prefer filamentous. I love lyre tails. But yeah, ever get a chance to get Discrossus, highly recommend, especially if you've kept Apisto or you keep Apistos. They're just like it feels so similar yet so different, right? But yeah, this has been fun. I guess I'll see you next time.